Have you ever thought about the poor and people in danger? Have you ever cared about them? Good afternoon. My name is David Kim. I'm going to talk to you about the charity organization that actually helps the poor. I'm going to talk about the International Committee of the Red Cross, one of the organizations that help the poor. I'm going to talk about their history, who they help, and how they make a difference. The International Committee of the Red Cross was founded in 1859 by a Swiss businessman called Henry Dunant. In 1863, February 17th, Henry and 4 others formed the International Committee of the Relief to the Wounded, the ICRW, which later became the International Committee of the Red Cross, the ICRC. In 1863, when Henry and 4 others made the ICRW, they chose a red cross in a white background for the emblem for the medical personnel. This flag may have been chosen as a tribute to Switzerland's flag. However, the cross is also seen as a Christian symbol. In 1864, in Geneva, 12 different countries framed a set of rules about how to treat wounded soldiers and medical workers in war. This is the original Geneva Convention. After the first Geneva Convention, they attracted other countries. Within 10 years, there were 22 countries from Europe, and now there are 176 recognized national societies around the world. And the Red Cross was awarded the Nobel Prize for Peace 3 times. Who are they helping and how are they helping? Well, the Red Cross helps everyone around the world. There are a lot of recognized countries around the world that helps. There are exactly 176 countries that help around the world now, but they all don't do the same things. The ICRC helps countries and people in war or natural disasters, such as the Haiti earthquake. They also help people in need. This can be just their grandmother, grandfather, or our neighbors, and someone who needs help. The ICRC helped during many wars, such as World War I and World War II, and many other wars. They provide nurses and doctors and other staff for the wars, and they give medical services. They provide shelters too. They also help the soldiers contact their family during the war times. They even help the prisoners. They make sure the prisoners have proper food and medical care and that they are not mistreated. One of the ways that the ICRC is protecting the ordinary civilians from the war. National societies tries to maintain basic food and water services so that the ordinary civilians doesn't die in starvation or disease while the fighting continues around them. They also collect names and photographs of the missing people, and they try to trace them in enemy prisons, refugee camps, and even among the dead. The ICRC even supplies trained medical teams to assist in local hospitals, if necessary. After the war, the ICRC helps the people who are injured and who has emotional problems. They also help rebuild the buildings and schools. They provide seeds and equipment so farming can start again. Counselors help people who has emotional problems, and researchers help reunite missing people with their families again. When natural disasters happen, such as floods, hurricanes, and landslides and earthquakes, the ICRC provides food, water, shelter, and many, many other supplies. To support the people in need, what the ICRC does first is they find out what their help needs the greatest. Then they get supplies for that particular job. But they also get a lot of supplies for other things too. The ICRC hands out tools and supplies for building to the people, and they provide seeds and agriculture equipment to allow people to plant new crops when the crisis is over. They also prepare for the natural disasters by warning and rescue system. They also help the poverty and diseases too. The ICRC helps people in need in local communities. They help people who are ill or elderly in local communities. That can be anyone. It can be you or your grandpa, your grandparents, or your parents. And it can even be your neighbors. The ICRC volunteers help the ill and elderly people by just visiting their house. It can mean a lot to them when it doesn't seem like it to you. The volunteers help the patients move from their home to the hospital if they're not well enough to do it by themselves. The ICRC also does the blood banking, health clinics, and projects within local communities to improve knowledge of health care and risks. Why are they helping, and what do they do to help? Henry Dunant, the ICRC founder, was shocked when he first saw the soldiers just lying down on the ground after the war, and that they were badly hurt. That was why he started to help and form the ICRC. The ICRC gathers volunteers that want to help the poor, and they raise money for the poor. They also do blood banks for the people who are poor and sick. Well then, how do they make a difference? The ICRC makes a difference by supporting the poor and helping countries that are facing natural disasters and wars. They give food and medical care and also supplies. They make a difference to the poor by making the world a bit better for them to live. And they make a difference to the people who are in a condition of a war or a natural disaster by helping them rebuild the buildings and making the country a better place to live for them as well. So where do they get the money from? They get the money from the donators and the members of the ICRC. They also do some campaigns to raise money. They get monies from the government too. The monies that they raise will go to the poor and for countries that are facing hard times. The ICRC helps a lot of poor and poverty and all sorts of other problems for us. They can be helping us right now in this moment while I'm speaking to you. Let's don't just watch them do the work for us. Let's help them too. Even the children can help. We can help in many ways. We can donate our monies we saved, or we can help our neighbors. And we can volunteer too. And if we can't even do that, we can put up some posters such as Help the Poor, like These Days Help Haiti. We can help in many other ways excluding what I said. Let's do not just stand still as we used to do. Let's put it in action. Thank you for listening.